So straight up moon in Aries is someone that's received or brought up into this world to think that they always need to be bringing something new into the world, right? Cardinal fire, bringing it down from spirit. It may not necessarily make sense. This is acting selfishly because no one else knows what your individuality is. No one else knows what your spirit is, right? So, and this is fire, this is tense, right? Versus water and air, which are both like not tense, right? They're more fluid in that sort of way, right? They're more perceptive in that sort of way. Whereas fire and earth are the more solid, right? These are the ones that are going to cause issues. These are they're the ones that are going to butt heads, right? That are actually going to cause like either an explosion or a slow or a crumbling of the ground, or just like a slow caving into the walls, right? Like a situation that's been happening that's slowly getting worse, right? So anyway, if we're talking about the Aries moon, that's someone that's coming from a place where they're acting in their individuality, they're acting in their bag, right? Ruled by Mars, where they want to go, right? This isn't necessarily acting in a place like you come from a place where you're trying to go, right? You're not coming from a place where you're trying to go back home like Cancer moon, you know, you're trying to create everything into this cozy bubble necessarily, but like you're coming from a place that's ruled by Mars where it's trying to go out, right? Where it's trying to forge anew, craft anew. So yeah, this would be someone that's coming from a place that's just trying to go at it again, right? They're trying to bring new stuff into being. This would be a type of person that doesn't feel comfortable with the same thing every day, right? This is someone that kind of wants to be in a new pattern, a new routine, because they are an Aries sun, right? They want to bring new things into being. They don't want to stay with the old, right? Fire. And also, some people are going to be pro that, and some people are going to be against that, right? It's going to cause issues and like rash decisions, right? Because it's fire and it's hot, or it's like tense, like earth and fire. But at the same time, so this is someone that's going to be coming from a place where they've been through issues, they learned how to stick with their guns, right? And like, they're not necessarily their guns, but they've learned how to just do with what they need to do, right? Like stick with intuition in a way, just like don't think, just act, right? This is that type of person. So yeah, so now if we just think about Aries moon, Aries sun, right? This is someone that's coming from a selfish place where they're just trying to go get what they need to get, right? Whenever it's convenient, right? And then the Aries sun, they would also be acting on that, right? So they'd have this impulse that they need to go. This would be a new moon, right? So this would be when the needs and the actions align, right? Even though if you have like a full moon, this is when where you're coming from and your actions are opposed, right? This would cause issues on where you're growing up versus where you're going. But at the same time, if you can get that right, you can bring a whole new side of like where you grew up right into where you're going. So it's not necessarily negative. It's just it's not gonna be necessarily supportive, right? So yeah. So this person's actions and reactions, or where they come from, would align, right? So that would be cool. But it would all align in a way that they're go-getter, right? It's not necessarily even maybe something they like care too much about, but they felt like they needed to go get it, and they went and they got it necessarily. Because like Scorpio would be something, the inside of Mars would be something that you're more obsessed over, right? Like you can't get over it. Whereas Aries is just like, man, this is going to be fun in the moment, we got to go get it. Like if you're obsessed over something, the Aries part of you is the part of you that's like, oh, it's the right time to leap, like we need to go now, right? So yeah, so this would be the like, we need to go now, and then this would be the person that's also like not hesitant just to go now. So this would be someone that's probably bringing crazy shit into being, right? So that's the that's the Aries moon, Aries sun.